Welcome to Promote, Profit, Publish. I'm your host, Juliet Clark, and I am pretty excited today to talk with Shannon Procise about power partnership. For those of you who don't know Shannon, she is a media mogul and the creator of Media Magic, as well as being the founder of the Business Acceleration Network. And we're going to talk about the business model that has helped us far more than joint ventures, affiliates, and how you can find out how to do it more efficiently too. So stay tuned for Shannon.
Shannon, I'm so excited to have you and share what we have to share today.
Me too.
Good. So welcome. Shannon and I are going to talk today. I'm going to start this out a little bit negative, if you don't mind. Shannon and I have both been in the digital space, in the, working with coaches, authors, and speakers. I've been almost 15 years now. I think you've been even longer than that. Isn't that right?
Yeah, a couple decades. Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things that we got into early, because it was a thing, was joint ventures. And I actually coached for a joint venture team. And it didn't work because people were at different levels and you didn't know what to look for. And I don't know, you can tell me a little bit about your experience, but my experience was you got these big dead lists. And all that, like when you were going to work with someone, they would say, how big is your list? And so, it's 10,000 people, but we didn't share that only 5 people were opening because we had this big dead list. So what was your experience with those joint ventures?
I read the book. You probably heard of this, How Ordinary People Make Extraordinary Income on the Online with Robert Allen. And so I was so excited about the possibility of joint ventures and affiliate marketing. And I have to tell you, it's been really, I will think this is it. This is a great product. And I'll spend all this time, all this resources, have my team market and nothing. And so I have so many times, Juliet, where I've really felt like it was such a good alignment. And I'll go, okay, let me give it a year. Can you imagine? And now what I know now, and again, cost, because I believe in investing in your business and getting mentors, but it's been really, really painful. And then I have to say other pieces is where people pivot without letting you know. And so I build something, right? We get in synergy, we build something, and then all of a sudden they make this major pivot. And so it kind of like cuts me off at the knees of like, okay, we were working great. And then all of a sudden they're like, you know what, we're going to raise our prices on our product, or we're going to, we're no longer going to offer this. And so there's been some interesting things with joint ventures, especially in the beginning. I really focused on affiliate marketing, and that one I have to say has been a lot of painful learning lessons.
Yeah, and painful with the JVs too, in the sense that a lot of these big people, they have this policy, you'll get paid 90 days out, and then that 90 days comes and goes. And you're all of a sudden chasing people down, which is really uncomfortable. But a lot of those conversations were uncomfortable for the person on the other end, because they'd say, oh yeah, I know you sold this, but I had a really bad month and I can't pay you. And so there was a lot of that too. And I hate chasing people down. Yeah.
And I have another one that I came to me and they're like, oh, you're going to make so much money. Just get me on your stage. My average client is $35,000. And so we went full board. I exposed them to my list, did all of this stuff. And then they go, oh, well, we only pay you on the first thing. And it was like a $1,500 thing, Juliet. It was so, there's been, sorry.
I had the same experience where that the person sold me this is going to be the package. And then after I got my people to the event, and I had to chase her down for the commission. And then on top of that, I was like, this looks a little light, because I knew which ones my clients bought. And she said, oh, well, we pulled that piece out, so now you're not going to get paid. So we went, she sold my people $7,500 packages with a promise of 20%. And then she said, oh yeah, all that stuff, I pulled it out, so you're not eligible now. And so that was another real eye opener. Like, like, yeah, I'm not doing business with you anymore. I'm not sending people to your events anymore. And I hung true to that. And she is a big player out there. So let's get to the positive part. What Shannon and I transitioned to was power partnership. And tell us a little bit about how you consider the power partnership. How does that look?
For me, it puts the relationship first. And it's really aligning with somebody who has a shared vision of collaborating and really understanding that the relationship is important and that we focus on both of our success, right? It's like we want to not only look at the bottom line, but are there ideas of really helping grow and making introductions and collaborating? And so for me, I look at the partnership like having a partner or somebody on my advisory team or somebody that really cares about my success and I care about theirs. How do you describe it, Juliet?
Again, relationship first. I love that I have a partner that is either on my level or a little bit higher. Most of my partners are a little bit higher level. And so it's not just about the relationship, like, hey, can you sell my stuff? It's, we keep in contact, we're friends, we meet once a month, sometimes like you and I, we're meeting weekly right now. But it's someone who's invested in my success to the point where they will look at my marketing materials and say, try this, try that. I don't like this. I love one of my other partners actually comes back to me and says, well, I know you're a copywriter, but you suck at writing your own copy. Here, I rewrote this for you, which everybody says writing their own copy is hard. So I love that relationship standpoint, but I also love the relationship. Like, I know everything about their families. I've been to their houses. I've been, it's just that kind of, I care about those people. I care about what's going on with them. So yeah, that's a little bit different than that joint venture. Yeah. Hey, here's a link. Go sell my stuff.
Yes, yeah, definitely. And I also, the thing that I love about the power partners, and I know one of the things we're going to be showing people and some of what we're going to be sharing is how to make that strategic introduction and how, the opportunity for closing them is so much stronger because there's that relationship built and it's not just, hey, call this person. It's like, this is a real strategic introduction. And because I'm familiar, like Juliet, what you do with books and bestseller campaigns and helping people build their platform, it's like, I know enough to where by the time they get on the phone with you, they're warmed up. Right. And they're ready to go and learn more. And most of them are really eager because I've spent time edifying you and all that you've done and even sharing stories of how you've helped other people.
Yeah. So you guys, just for a little context there, what she's talking about is I mentioned the J Visa link. So I send out an email and I go, oh, my fabulous friend Shannon, who most of the time I don't even know this person that I'm promoting. And here's a link to go to her webinar. The way with Power Partnership is we make personal introductions. So it's text or it's email. So it's very personalized what we're doing. And I get a ton by text doing this as well. So it is a really personal, and I vet people before. So I know their pricing structure and I find out, like, do you have the funds for this? Because the last thing I want to do is send a broke ass person to my power partner just to say, hey, I sent you something, Shannon. So I think that's part of that personalization of what's going on as well. But it gives people this really great warm, fuzzy feeling like, she's making a personal introduction for someone who, can really help me. I'm not out there in a sea of people trying to figure out who's who and who's real.
The other thing that I love about working with you in particular as a power partner is you also have a range of ways that you can help people. Right. You have so many different ways. And so it expands the budget depending on where they're at. It's not one of, oh, it's $10,000. It's like there's many different ways that you can help people. And also from the publishing standpoint, it's no matter where they're at. If they're at the napkin idea, I want to write a book, or they're already done. So one of the things that I really love about you is it really opens up those possibilities for me to be able to share what you're doing in the world because of your your avatar.
And I love the reason we do that is, and this is something that our old friend from CEO Space, Catherine Bell, used to talk about all the time. The average millionaire has 7 different streams of income. So think about that when you're putting your partnership together. What is an extra income stream? Can I resell their products as an income stream? So I think putting all that together gives you those additional places. If you don't have a big repertoire like I do, you have things that you can sell of other people's that will help you get to that place as well. So we have an upcoming event. Let's talk a little bit about that. Not that we're going to push this event on you guys. The first one's always free. I'm like a drug dealer.
And you give bonuses.
Here's your mat. No, we don't do the bonus stuff anymore. That's like an old funky. That's
Oh, well, we give them a gift? I don't know.
Okay, there we go. We give them a gift. I thought you meant like, remember how we used to close all the time?
Oh, yeah. No.
Here's my $2,000 package, and you get this, and you get that, and the value is $47,000. Like, oh, and they're gonna give it to me for 2. How nice! Like, no, no, we're gonna give you a gift on that.
Okay, a gift.
So, let's talk about that first event, how we're going to introduce this to people, because I think it's really important for people to understand like what we're doing here.
Yeah, and I'm so excited. It's called Unleash the Power of Partnerships, Strategies for Building Thriving Alliances. And so it's going to be held April 30th from 2 to 3 Eastern Standard Time. That's a Tuesday. Can I share the gift now?
Oh yeah, go ahead and share the gift, but let's talk a little bit about what we're going to talk about on there so people understand, that we're not just selling them something here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I know we are going to be going through what is a power partnership so that people can really decipher the difference between an affiliate and a partnership. We're also going to talk about how to be ready. One of the things that we found is a lot of people want to go do the power partnership, but there's things that they need to get in order with their marketing and clarity on their landing page. And there's just key points. And that's part of I'm going to sneak in our bonus. Our bonus is a checklist. Or our gift, sorry. Our gift is a checklist. And we're really going to go through those items so that you're clear on, am I ready? And what do I need to do to get ready? And how about you, Juliet? What else are we going to be reviewing there?
So it's not only important for you to be ready to be a power partner, but when you are talking to people about being a power partner, are they ready? That's one of the things that used to happen at the company that I coached for all the time is we would have this high level group with their funnels, their messages, everything was ready. And then we had all these people coming in the door who thought, oh, JVs are a fabulous thing, but they weren't ready at all. And the big juicy promise was that these little guys were going to get exposure for these big guys. But the reality was these big guys were never going to look at these little guys because they weren't ready. So we're going to spend some time looking to see, not only are you ready, what do you need to get ready, but when you talk to a new partner, looking at their marketing materials, looking at the way they speak to you, are they using the gold language? Are they using the language that your people speak? And I'll tell you why this is important. Many years ago, I ran a campaign for one of my authors who was a 6 figures in 6 months person. Now think about that for a minute. I'm pushing this huge promo. You're going to make 6 figures in 6 months if you follow my routine. And yet my platform was, you need to be out here at least a year in advance, getting your funnel, your messaging ready. So I went from this is a long vision to promoting somebody that this is the short vision. And my people dropped off my list. I had about 25 people drop off my list that day because that's not what they signed up for. That wasn't what they were looking for. So it is really important that you connect and make sure that everything's in alignment.
And do you want to be friends with them? Right? Because if the relationship's first, is this somebody that's going to put time into the relationship?
Yes. Can I share another negative story?
Yes.
I think this happened to both of us. We were part of an organization that promoted power partnership. And we both had the experience that someone on the other end didn't understand what power partnership was. So she got on her calendar, she talked to us, And then we never talked to her again. She would just shoot out an email every month saying, hey, can you sell this for me? Hey, can you sell that for me? And that wasn't what this was all about. So yes, the friends thing. And I hate to say it, we're going to get really catty here. She was part of another event as that group. And every time she jumped on, I jumped off. I was like, I don't want to hear from her. I don't want to, like, she was just annoying as hell. So, all right,
Yeah.
say something positive here. You're always Miss Positive.
Well, no, the couple things is it is a time for community. It is a time for collaboration. Those that collaborate are the ones that are going to excel and soar. And why Power Partners is so, having this as your business model is so powerful, because this is like making money while you're sleeping.
It is.
When Juliet shared with me a number of years ago, because I believe I've always partnered with people, but when you shared with me more of a laser focus, I spent the last year, instead of going out and getting one customer, really focusing on how do I find other power partners. And what's so cool is when you get in a relationship with a power partner, they're sending you business. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't pay. A lot of times we may pay for advertising in hopes we get somebody. Right. And what's so cool about this is I pay for the advertising after the fact. Right. It's like once I get the business in, I get the check in, then I make the payment. So it's really been such a beautiful way of doing business, because you reach more people. So this is definitely something to take a look at, no matter what your business is. I know we're talking to speakers, authors, coaches, but every business should consider a power partner as their, as a like a lane in their business. They should have, if you're a big corporation, you should have somebody in charge of that division of power partners, because this is something that will really elevate what you do in the world.
Yeah. Here's some other benefits of it. So back in 2016, when I coached for that organization, when I switched from that big dead list into power partnership, my referrals went from about 50% to I'm 90% referral now, which means that I can get a little lazy with my marketing. But again, I'm paying for those leads after they have turned over. So it does make a very, it just makes it better. I don't waste. I used to waste so much on Facebook ads. Like, it was, you have to have a $2,000 spend and your guy is charging you $4,000 to do your ads. And it just wasn't what it should have been. The clicks weren't there. This way, you've got solid referrals that are really bringing you into more business. And if you're good at selling, you can upsell as well. So, and then talk a little bit about the white labeling we do, because I think that for both of us is a real boon too. And I have it with a couple people that I work with.
Yeah. So I syndicate press releases, guarantee getting picked up on Business Insider, Fox, ABC, NBC. And what's so great with this is that Juliet bundles this in her package, because as an author, as a coach, those logos can make such a difference in your business. And so this is something that Juliet can come in and market it at her as hers. She shows up to one call when we do the interview. And I love it, because she's there as their advocate. She's there that knows them the best. And then from there, I do all the work. So as far as the white labeling, allow anybody to come in and use the product. And I even offer a power partner discount, which is different than an affiliate. I still have that affiliate model, because a lot of people, we're used to the affiliate model, but the power partner, provide a great opportunity for them to benefit. I mean, I look at it, Juliet, you're showing up on a call. I want you to make money on being here. It makes my job so much easier. And it's a great thing. Did I do well on that, or do you have other things
you did
add?
well, but here's the other thing it eliminates. We were talking about that JV where I shared your link, people bought, I chased you down. This takes care of all of that. When I resell her product, I pull my profit out, I pull my affiliate out, I pay her the net. So I get it that day. I don't have to chase her down. I don't have to look at it later. And I think what I really like most about it is that I have products that people can white label so they can sell them as well. But if I'm the primary on here, or you're the primary on here with our client, we also come in as sort of that messaging warehouse. So, what happens a lot of times is we'll put you've seen this all the time. We'll put a message together and then we'll let our people go off on a podcast. We don't let them, but they'll book a podcast. And then all of a sudden it's today's shiny object. So it's really keeping that messaging static throughout their funnel, throughout what they're doing as well.
Yeah, that's why I think in the power partnership, I really love our relationship because we really make the client center focused, and I feel like they get the absolute best when we come in together. And at least in the in the press release piece, it's like it's some of my best work when we do it together.
Mhm.
So
yeah, it is really well. So
well,
next.
I want to also share that our vision with this is to have a power partner intensive. So I'm just planting the seed here. This is something, even if you listen to this podcast, 6 months down the road, please reach out to Juliet, because we really are passionate about helping build stronger relationships in Power Partner. We are doing an intensive. And so in the intensive that will be coming up, this is a 4-week training course. We're going to talk to you about getting ready to receive all of those pieces that, how do you become that ideal power partner? We're going to do a marketing review. So we're going to look at what do you have and how do you improve it? And because at the end of the day, it's about conversion, right? And that's the most important thing. And if to make it easy for your power partner to benefit and you to benefit, your marketing's got to be in line, your messaging has to be in line. We're going to help you identify and start marketing to power partners and talk to them. So we're going to show you how to have that conversation with them and what to do, and who, identifying who are the key people to work with that will help you and be able to bundle. We're going to show you how to review their marketing and their funneling. That's essential, as you said a little bit ago, Juliet. Like, you need to know, is this going to be good? What a lot of people do is they'll get excited about the big name of who the person is, but when you look at their marketing, it's like, their tools, you're not able to do it. We're going to review, can you white label your product, and then how to make a good referral. So some of that stuff we reviewed today, but wanted to share that with you. And in this, there's a whole book. You get a workbook, which is really amazing. Juliet also does magazine. She's got the Breakthrough Author magazine, and when I saw the workbook, I was like, oh my gosh, this makes all of my intensives and trainings just
I do design books,
I know. It's like,
it's really
incredible. So in this intensive, and I also love, Juliet, that we've come together and we've given them 2 opportunities. One is you'll be able to just take the course and work with us as a group, or you can get one-on-one coaching and meet with one of us every week throughout the whole process to get that little bit deeper dive. So I'm so thrilled, Juliet, to do this with you, because you really embody the power partner thing. And so we're gonna make an impact in some businesses that join us.
Good. I'm excited. And if you guys haven't met Shannon, she has a heartbeat community of the business acceleration community. And she's all about community. I'm just a total, I don't know, introvert, I guess. I'm not big on building communities, but she is really good at it. For a lot of our clients, we do a trial membership into her community so they can get some more support on that as well. So Shannon, I'm looking forward to this. Where do people go over to jump on to the free webinar that we're going to give that's going to lead to the intensive?
Okay, so it's a little bit long. We probably need to do your strategy. Juliet years ago told me this strategy. She said, don't do those long addresses. Go buy a domain name and forward it. And I haven't done it yet, but it's businessacceleration club.com/events. And then it's another /011 DEO. Or DE0. I'm sorry. I will get a domain so that I can forward that.
That's okay. And I'll put the link in the show notes too.
Okay.
So people can just click it. Yes, you need to go get that URL. What are you doing?
Sorry.
See, my own power partners don't even listen to me. No.
Oh, I've done it on lots of other things.
I know you have. I'm giving you a hard time. All right. So This is going to be the webinar is April 30th and 2 to 3 o'clock Eastern time, and we'll have all the dates or all the times for the other time zones. But an hour of your time, worth it to show up and see how you can improve all that. We see so many models out there that just are not. I'm going to bring up another benefit, if I may.
Yes.
There are networking models out there, and someone told me the other day that they belong to a network group that I just abhor, and he actually said he's quitting because they're very tit for tat. It's like they're trying to do what we're doing, but it's like, okay, I'm getting to know Shannon. I gave Shannon 3 leads, and then I follow up and I go, Shannon, where are my 3 leads? This is very right. This is a very karmic way to do things, because one of the things that happens with these relationships is I'll have a problem and I'll just put out to my power partners, like, does anybody know? Or does what do they do? And I get really solid advice back from one of our power partners, Parshell. I have someone designing a quiz right now for the gold system. I got from her. I put out there, I'd really like to do this on Notion. And people came back with these suggestions. Well, hey, use this platform or use that platform. And then all of a sudden, I wanted to use Notion. Parshell had this guy who'd done a great job with the workbooks. Now he's designing it for me where I want it to be designed. So there's more to it. It's not just what I call a tit for tat exchange. There's just so much karmic openness that happens with these. And I'm always surprised when I have a problem that, people come roaring in with suggestions. And I have to explain to you guys, I learned this from when I was in real estate. I went through a really tough time, and all of a sudden my clients were showing up and other agents and stuff saying, here, let me do this for you. Let me do that for you. And I was like, why are you doing this? And they're like, do you have any idea how much you help people in the world? And I was like, no. So it's just that thing where, when you do it and you do it well, you don't think about, or Shannon owes me this, or Tracy owes me that. It's just a really fabulous flow and exchange of ideas and help. And clients sometimes too. So
yeah, and looking at the benefits beyond the bottom line, I really love that part of it, because there's so many ways. I mean, like that strategy of getting a URL, that's been a game changer for me. Being on the radio, that's been, imagine getting on the radio and going, go to Shannon Procise / da 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 da, and so there's so many benefits that we get when we partner with people that care.
Or event /00.
I know. I'm so embarrassed. I'm sorry, Juliet.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So you guys, can't wait for the event. April 30th, 2 to 3, and 2 to 3 Eastern time. We will get you a landing page in the show notes. And come up, just see what it's all about. It's an hour of your time. What do you have to lose? And I think you'll find that there are so many benefits to doing what we're doing that, I know for me, it has pushed my income up tremendously. And I spend more of my time marketing and helping people instead of what's my next marketing strategy? What do I have to do today? It's all, it's all me and working in my zone of genius instead of out with the things that I don't want to do. So, all right, Shannon, thank you so much for being on today.
Thank you so much for having me.